Okay, so Darrell Issa is having a little catfight with Chris Cuomo about what the nature of the government's responsibility to fund government is, and they have a very different view of what they should be required to do. So let's watch the first part of the catfight.
The president refused to compromise. Senator Reid hasn't even, he's already said he's not going to go to conference. He's not going to go to the constitutional event where we're supposed to come together and compromise. Speaker Boehner wants to get to a resolution. He has said so.
You want to use the phrase constitutional mandate. I applaud you for using it. However, the mandate is for you to fund the government, not for you to not fund the government. And that's a decision you made here, and you made it for the political reasons that you lay out. And what I want to ask you is,
Chris,
if
bless
Speaker
your heart,
Boehner,
but
I
not
let you
funding the
speak. Give me 1
government is
second.
part of funding it.
Listen.
If you have the right to fund the government, you have the right to fund the government to a lesser amount.
That's a great quote, man. But not funding the government is part of funding the government.
Yeah.
Harry Reid was saying earlier that this is Orwellian, and we're back in 1984.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any more Orwellian than funding the government is the same thing as not funding the government.
Yeah, well, I don't even necessarily disagree with him that you can choose to fund the government to a lower amount, and you could have done that during the negotiations over the budget a long time ago.
Yes.
And by the way, side note, could that look any more like they were shooting it out of the old War Room set? The bricks and everything.
Oh yeah, from
totally.
current TV, yeah.
I guess they took over his territory.
No, but actually, what's interesting is I think Chris Cuomo did a good job there of holding his feet to the fire. But it looks like they're a little bit back to the Soledad O'Brien model there at the morning show on CNN. Perhaps ratings go down a little bit, and they think, wait a minute, maybe challenging the politicians was working for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting.
Yeah, still challenging Darrell Issa is one thing. He's a
I
little
hear
ghoul. Anyway, we've got a little bit more about that, about the shutdown and their differences ideologically and what they think they should do. Let's watch.
The constitutional mandate is not to accede to your wishes on legislation that's already passed. You know that, and you did shut down the government.
Well, Chris,
there's no reason to be glib about that. But I have a question.
I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you have a pass on that.
You're not letting me have a pass. You just said a shutdown isn't worth it, but you shut down the government.
We originate funding. This is a constitutional responsibility. It takes the House and the Senate to pass legislation.
Yeah, so it's funny. Anna and I were having a talk earlier today about the way that we do news and then the way it's so popular to do on the air where you're just arguing back and forth. Is anybody learning anything from what they're seeing there? Darrell Issa's lying to them. Chris Cuomo's doing his best to get the truth out there, but he could have just reported it.
Yeah, I hear you on that, but you know what? I actually think that it's better than not. I mean, like the old model, I like that this is the old model now. Okay, it was even worse. With the old model for CNN is you let Darrell Issa come on there, tells his pack of lies.
And then nothing.
You're right, and Wolf does like, my notes do not have any follow-ups. Okay, good night, Darrell Issa. So then there's the morning show, and Chris Cuomo was actually challenging him. Hey, that's a hell of a lot better. Now, at least what you got out of it was funny quotes from Darrell Issa. So that you can go back and have the audience be like, They say everything's 50-50, but this guy sounds like he's really full of shit.
Yeah, he sounds like an idiot. I'm not sure I want to be on his side.
Yeah, so I think you get something out of it, and it's a hell of a lot better than what they used to do.
Yeah.
So,
and just in general terms, like I'm always glad to see them challenging politicians on either side on these shows because, as you said, the old model was to just like, and now our ad from Toyota. So that's definitely an improvement, but it definitely depends on what the issue is. Like this seems like such an easy thing for them to attack the Republicans on because they know where both the facts are and they know where the American public is already. 72% are against the strategy. It's so easy to challenge Darrell Issa on this.
Well, one last thing on that I think is important. I actually think that the most important thing and why the media is so against the Republicans here, which normally they'd be scared to death to do, right? Now, normally they just love to call it even, right? It's because actually the Chamber of Commerce is against the Republicans here. You know, it's a very rare case because the Tea Party has gone so extreme. Chamber of Commerce is like, shut up already, okay? Like, no, the debt limit, are you fucking insane? You know what that would do to our banks? And let alone the Chamber of Commerce has all these healthcare companies who love the mandate, right?
Yeah.
So they might not like other parts of Obamacare, but they like the mandate. Now there's talk of like only getting rid of the individual mandate. The Chamber of Commerce is like
disaster for them.
No, we're not going to do that, right? So that's why the corporate media, and I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but it's like I challenge you to find an instance of the establishment media disagreeing with the Chamber of Commerce. Do you see what I'm saying? So the real bosses in this country aren't the politicians or the media. It's the Chamber of Commerce. Then they put out the talking points, the think tanks, etc., and then you see everybody fall in line. The reason why the whole establishment is roaring against the Tea Party here is because they won't fall in line.